From the headquarters of Ramsey Solutions, this is the EntreLeadership Podcast, where I take calls from leaders like you about what it takes to win at any stage of business and leadership. I'm Dave Ramsey. I'm your host, and I've been doing this fighting and scratching and clawing in the trenches thing for 30 freaking years, right alongside you. So this is a podcast for small business. If you're running some big hairy thing and whatever, 10,000 employees, I don't know how to do that, and I really can't help you. I probably got some ideas about leadership, but that might help you. But in general, I've never done that. This I've done. And we walk through the stages of business, and particularly the stages of small business. There are clearly identifiable 5 stages. The first stage is the treadmill operator. That's how most people start. And that, as the name implies, makes you feel like you're on a treadmill. The main problem that treadmill operators face is too much of the business, particularly the revenue of the business, is dependent on you. You've done no delegating. You've done no time management. You're just stepping and fetching. You're just getting it. Just run. But if you take a vacation, you're unemployed. You're a treadmill operator. And so we teach you to time audit. We teach you to get above it, to start hiring and delegating out some of the revenue-producing activities, and hiring and delegating out some of the activities that cause the basic business to operate. So the whole freaking thing is not sitting on your back, your shoulders, and your head. Once you do that, you level up and move to the next stage, which we call the Pathfinder stage. Now, the Pathfinder, this is where you want your team engaged in a shared direction. The primary problem you lack is there's not much strategic alignment through the whole place. The team doesn't know where we're all going. And what percentage of your team could tell you why the business exists and what they do to cause that existing thing to happen. And so that stage is what I want to park on for just a minute, the Pathfinder stage. There's an article that's running around LinkedIn from 2019 from Harvard Business Review. And basically the conclusions of the article are like this. Visionary leadership is widely seen as the key to strategic change. That's because visionary leadership does not just set the strategic direction, it tells a story about why the change is worth pursuing and inspires people to embrace the change. As my friend Simon Sinek says in his famous book, Start with Why. We often say when you're getting out of debt, you need a why that'll make you cry. You need something that motivates you. Your why is the aspirational motivation of why we're doing this. Why are we scratching and clawing? Why are we fighting this battle? Why are we killing this dragon? Why? And visionary leadership tells you this. And the research this article says finds that the positive impact of visionary leadership breaks down. You lose the positive impact of it when middle managers aren't aligned with top management's strategic vision. Now, this is classic Harvard Business Review language. So we've got visionary leadership, but then we have middle managers. See, these should be another layer of leadership, not managers. Managers count stuff. Leaders push things around and make them happen. So you need middle leaders, not middle managers. And then they need to be aligned with and understand the why, and they'll charge the gates of hell with a water pistol right alongside you, meaning you've got strategic alignment. The article continues, visionary leadership is not just important for senior managers, leaders. It is also matters for middle and upper low and lower level managers who play a key role in carrying out strategic change. No, it's worse than that. The whole freaking place has to be aligned on not only where we're going, but why we're going there. And that requires so much communication that every level of leadership is sick of talking about it. Because all we do is freaking talk about it. We talk about it so much that at least everybody knows. That creates alignment. But when the guys and gals on the front lines that are actually executing with the customer don't know why or what, all they were told was just go do this. You know, they're told how to do it, but they don't know what they're doing, what part of the machine that they are. They have no motivation. They're not aligned. They roll their eyes, and they half but do their job. Back to the article. When middle managers were aligned with top management strategic visions, things played out as the widespread view of the visionary leadership would suggest. The more these managers engaged in visionary leadership by communicating, there it is, their vision for the future and articulating where they wanted their team to be in 5 years, the greater the shared understanding of strategy in their team, the more the team was committed to strategy execution. Get that. That's important. In other words, once the idea is communicated, once we have alignment, commitment goes up. But commitment does not go up from lack of communication. And too many companies use mushroom communication. Keep everybody in the dark and feed them manure. And that doesn't work. All you get is lack of commitment, the equivalent of an eye roll, and contempt for their job and their leaders. And you will not keep thoroughbreds in your stable if you treat them like mushrooms. They require clarity. They require clear, strategic, and tactical communication. This is what we're doing. It's why we're doing it. And even the opportunity to opt out. Maybe you don't want to go on this journey, but this train is going on this journey. We are going to do this. Are you a we? The last element in the article says, our experience working with companies around strategic alignment suggests it starts with creating strategic alignment among middle managers before strategy execution efforts begin. Well, duh. This should not be one-time communication, but a dialogue. People will only take ownership in strategic communication if they're consistently persuaded of its value. Okay, so this is our strategic idea. This is where we're going to take the company. It's why we're going to take the company. We're going to the beach, and here's what it's going to be like when we get to the beach. It's going to be warm and sunny, and you're going to love the beach. You're going to play in the waves. We're going to read a book. We're going to the beach. Let's describe what the beach is. The beach is the destination. Let's go to the beach, boys and girls. Here we go. And everybody get aligned about how we get our butt into the car, get the clothing packed, and get to the beach. And so we're aligning every layer of the company with extreme levels of communication, storytelling, aspirational lift. You don't have to be a motivational speaker to tell people that you're excited about where you're going. You don't have to be a professional communicator to say something over and over again until people finally hear it. You'll learn different ways of saying things, different story methodologies, different humor levels to get people on board and get them plugged in, but only if everyone is aligned are you going to get it. But let me tell you what, visionary leadership that does not require and cause extreme amounts of communication to get alignment all the way through the company from top to bottom, visionaries, leaders who run around and don't do that second part of it and then start executing on the strategy that no one else knows what it is or is aligned to it, all you do is aggravate the piss out of everybody. You just make everybody mad. And that's basically the hillbilly version of what this article is saying. But that's what's really going on. So quit running around flapping your arms, acting like you're doing something, spreading the good love, spreading the good word, when the front lines and the middle lines have no freaking idea why you're doing it or what you're doing. It aggravates everybody. So talk about it a lot. This is who we are. This is why we do this. And this is how we do this. Everybody line your ducks up. Here we go, boys and girls. You've got to have that alignment. And that's what this Harvard Business Review article in essence is saying, especially for you Pathfinders. That will cause you to level up and you'll move on to the next level of Trailblazer. Yeah, 5 levels of business. This is the EntreLeadership Podcast.